Hi all, and welcome to section 1.1 in our book. So in section 1.1, it is a general introduction to organic chemistry and gives a little history about how there came to be a thing called organic chemistry in the first place. While there aren't many details provided, what should be important to note is that the first organic molecule to be described that was made in a lab was actually urea. And urea, as you know, sounds like urine, which is where it comes from, and is where it was first isolated. And exactly who isolated it is kind of a debated subject. Some give credit to this German chemist, Friedrich Wöhler, and others give credit to a Dutch chemist. But what's important to note is that in the early days, everyone thought that bodies and living creatures made organic molecules, and unless you took those molecules from a body or living creature, you couldn't possibly find an organic molecule. But in this example, the organic molecules were made by heating an inorganic molecule, which was a big breakthrough in chemistry in general. And if you're curious as to how urea was isolated at first, so they could know whether the product of heating was in fact urea, I can show you this very interesting article that describes exactly that. So in this article from the Journal of Chemical Education, they go back and they find the original description from the isolation of urea, which is pretty wild. So they took very fresh urine from people. They basically evaporated it until it had the consistency of a fresh cream, like a heavy whipping cream, strained it through a bag, found the oil, and then let the stuff that they obtained, um, that cream stuff, just sit in a cool, dark place for a year. And what they had was a oily liquid, which eventually gave them urea after it was dissolved in hot water. Um, so it says this liquid was evaporated to a small particle. A pellicle is like a little bit of solid in a very clean glass vial, and let it in a cold place. And they make small crystals, and he says, like sugar. So just a small little bit of history to kick off our year here. And this was section 1.1.